And the room descends into silence. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Harcourt's Holmwood auction room. My name's Kyle Siebert. I'm one of three auctioneers working with you today. My esteemed colleagues, Bridget Andrews, back of the room. Give us a wave, Bridget. And Phil McGoldrick, a very well-known auctioneer. Pleasure to have you in the auction room today, assisting the team with your purchasing endeavours. The first thing we do on auction morning, bidders and buyers, is to thank and acknowledge our real estate owners who are here with us today. We certainly appreciate and respect the fact that you have choice when it comes time to list your property. We are delighted that you've chosen to list with Holmwood, and we wish you the very, very best here today. To the bidders and the buyers, we extend a similar sentiment. You know, this is a great place to buy real estate. It is cash, it is transparent, and most importantly, it is unconditional. And I say that's important because, of course, if we don't sell property here in the auction room, we pass property in, and then you do lose that exclusivity of opportunity. We then offer the property to the wider market, and that includes buyers who are in conditional situations. My colleagues will confirm that competing with conditional interest is never ideal, so we would encourage you in your bidding. The team is here ready to work with you to get to that goal. This is Luke Jansen, Training Manager, taking notes of bidding today. And this is Hayden Broadbelt, Fendleton Branch Manager, Business Owner and Auction Floor Manager today. He's got several roles. Both of these gentlemen can assist you with any questions regarding paperwork. If you need help with your bidding, sometimes if it's your first time bidding, you might get the wobbles. Just yell out to one of these good men and they'll look after you. Now, in just a short moment, we're going to offer you an excellent catalogue of real estate. The listing agents responsible for each of these properties excuse me, will have furnished you with the necessary documentation in your preparation for today. That includes the auction contract, bidders and buyers, and it's to that document I take you now. The conduct of auction, front page, these are the rules by which we operate. Some of you, as I said, will be here for the first time. We want you to be very clear on how we work. In the case of each property, the vendor has provided us with a confidential reserve price. Now, subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder whose bid we accept will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that reserve, that is not the end of the auction, ladies and gentlemen. Our practice at Holmwood is to pause the auction. We move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder, and we offer that person the opportunity to purchase the property. Now, this is really crucial. On the odd occasion, during that discussion outside of the room, our sellers may say to us, look, Kyle or Bridget or Phil, we're happy with this negotiated price. We'd like to withdraw the property from the auction and sell it outside of the room. This is under clause 2.6, without disclosing our reserve price to those who remain in the room. To those that remain in the room with interest, it can be bitterly disappointing. So my advice to you to avoid that disappointment is simply ensure you hold the highest bid at all times. Now, as auctioneers, we can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. We can refuse bids if we feel they're not in the best interest of our owners. If there's a disputed bid, we'll just go back to the last undisputed bid. And if any of our licensed colleagues are in the room bidding on behalf of clients, you will be very sure that we'll point those people out to you. Now, you may hear the phrase vendor bid today. A vendor bid is a bid placed by the owner on behalf, or not by the owner, by the auctioneer on behalf of the owner. It is always clearly identified to you as a vendor bid, and it's always well below the reserve price. So what that means is you can comfortably bid against a vendor bid with confidence. You'll be very, very clear That is the nature of the bid if we make a vendor bid. All right, lucky last bidder, if you are that person, you have a couple of obligations. Of course, you pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, and you sign the contract. When you sign that contract, ladies and gentlemen, you're acknowledging that you've received a copy of the approved REA guide. Okay, so those are the rules for all but one of our auctions today, but not the next auction. This is an auction brought forward. These rules are slightly different. Our owner has received an offer in advance of the scheduled date. They've deemed that offer acceptable in all respects, and the property will be sold at that price to that purchaser unless there is further bidding. So you still have every opportunity to make this lovely home your own. You need only raise your hand. There is no reserve price per se. We'll just announce that acceptable figure in a moment, and then we'll hand it over to you. The property will be on the market. It will be sold unless, as I said, there is further bidding. I won't control the bidding too much. I can reject bids, but I'm unlikely to, and there certainly won't be any vendor bidding as it relates to this property. Now, the property in question, I'm not surprised it's been brought forward. Great home, great agent, Ruben Bishops from our Ireland office. I know she's really enjoyed working with our good owners. It is number 9 Wolsey Place in Hill Morton. Where is Ruben? Is she? There's you. She's a big fan of being up here on the podium, aren't she? She's a really hard worker behind the scenes. That's her skill set, and I know you've met some lovely people through the process, Ruben. I am absolutely delighted to represent this property. You can see the quality of the workmanship throughout. There are no cut corners here. It's built in an era synonymous with permanent material, peace of mind kind of construction, and it's just been elevated and modernised in such a respectful, sympathetic way. We love this location. As our burgeoning city continues to grow, it's locations like these that become all the more valuable, essentially one day on the doorstep of our central city, so convenient to some excellent amenities. And I just love the flow, I love the form, and I just love the style throughout this home. Gorgeous decor, credit to our owners. Now, Ruben, the big announcement. What is that accepted figure? At $785,000 only, bidders and buyers. I'll give you a moment to digest that figure and decide whether or not you'd like to advance the bidding, perhaps another 5 or 10 or maybe straight to 8 to stamp your authority. At $785,000 though, I can tell you we sell away if there's no better bid. We're on the market and selling. At $785,000, going once, and 5 at $790. Welcome to the bidding and best of luck today. At $5,000, the rise. $795, that's good work there, sir. Back of the room at $795,000. What's the response? What do we say, folks? Straight to 800, can I say? Once called at $795,000. Nicely landscaped gardens, great colour choices. We'll go to 8. He says, ever so casually, an $805. At $805,000, the call now. I'm selling. Look at that lovely decking area, great for entertainment, barbecues. Gosh, I think this home is just very photogenic. I promise you, in person, it's just as stylish. At $805, once called at $805. And $810. $815. At $815,000, a commanding bid, sir. At $815, I bid it away once called. At $815, I'm selling. The big question is, where do you find the next one? Second call at $815,000. And 16. Change of pace. And $820. Not deterred. That could be their last bid. There's one way to test that, folks. At $820,000. At $820, the call. Excellent bidding at $820. First chance. These good people saying, hurry up, Cole. Say second and third. Second call at $820,000 and 1. At $821. Is there a nice $825? That could be the deal. On the nod at $825. Good work at $825,000. New interest is welcome. Property prices generally do one thing, head in one direction, folks. Bid today, stop the clock. At $825, first call. Another one, is it? Or straight to $830? And $826. $830. At $830,000. At $830, the call. First time. You see that lovely linear element there on the exterior? It looks so modern. Second call. Third and final call at $830,000. Have I found my winner? I'll take $500. Are you tempted? At $830,000. Final chance. I sell away. Can I say 500? Property's going. I think I heard out twice. You've been commendable. Any other interest? These good people say knock it down. It's going. It's going. Are you working with these two? Sold. Congratulations to our purchasers. You're in good hands. Congratulations. Absolutely. Ruben, as always, fabulous campaign. To our owners, thanks so much for the opportunity. Please continue to renovate homes. What a wonderful job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for your patience and waiting. If you are just joining us, welcome to the auction room here at Holmwood. We go now to a quick change in the order of sale, a small change. We go now to number 9 Virgil Place. Salisbury Street will be with you very shortly, but we go now to this lovely option for you, represented by Zanny Paulson and Paul Nichols from the Fendalton office. When I heard that I was working with Zanny this morning, I went out and purchased some appropriate shoes She is synonymous with bright colours and certainly a bright personality, and I know you've loved working with our vendors in regards to this property. It is, according to the contract, a freehold title, a whopping 883 square metres more or less. Your settlement day, the 24th of April 2025, bidders and buyers. You might be working to a pre-arranged date. This is the type of real estate that your parents and grandparents tell you to buy, a nice big freehold parcel, a home built in an era known for good quality construction and then maintained by a fastidious owner. There's plenty of opportunity to enhance and add flair, your own style to it in this neck of the woods. The upside to doing that hard work, I think, is just absolutely evident. You see that big old Kiwiana backyard, and in this location, again, great amenities in the area, public transport, schooling options, it's all there. What you do with it, that's your vision. But I tell you what, I think I see a lot of positives at this address. Number 9, Virgil Place. Shall we get underway? Here at number 9, bidders and buyers. Opening bidder offer. Who starts us away? Who jumps into home ownership? Perhaps it's in addition to your rental portfolio. Either way, a great option at number 9, Virgil Place. Say a number, and we'll confirm it and get going. Well, how much was that? 450,000. Fair and a reasonable place to start, sir, at $450,000. Where to from here, buyers? Is there a nice easy 5 or 10 on the rise? At $450,000 I have. Once called. At $450,000, second call. Third and final call. At $450,000. How much? 460. On the phone, that's Cole Sutherland with 470. Great work. At 470 the bid. My licensed colleague representing a buyer on the phone at $470,000 at 470. What's the response there, Kyle? Not a one-bid wonder, I hope. That'd be unlike you. At $470,000, once called. 480. 485. Nice work, gentlemen, at $485,000. A duo in the auction room looking to purchase. Good luck to you. So far, so good. I sell to you if there's no better bid in 490. Just the 5 and 495 the call. I'm selling at $495,000. Going once. Twice at 400. 500 now. I'll take a 2. On the nod. 502. Great work at $502,000. At 502 and 505. Now, don't be put off by his confidence. He's the professional. Buyer on the phone at 505. Shall we say 507? 507. Great work. At these levels, I don't know how you could regret it. The people watching this in Auckland think we're bidding on a garden shed. At 507,000. How much? 510. Good work. At 510,000. Big decisions happening now at 510. What about legs 11? Just the one? Great work at 511. At 511 the call. And $515,000. At 515, just double check with that gentleman there, he looks important. At $515,000, once called at 515, twice the money now. Third and final call, I'll take $500 if you like. I've counted 3 times. Is there any new interest, or I sell away to this? Oh, what do you know? At 516. Fashionably late, sir. Nice to see you at 516. Let's suppose that gives you further encouragement. Take comfort in the competition at 516. As mortgages, 520. Gentlemen, as mortgages go, this is all pretty manageable. It's all happening over here at 521. Bids against you, Kyle. Back of the room at 521. First time. Second call at 521,000. I sell away today. 25. And 25. 525. Sir, it's not your last if you do it again, though. At 526. At 526, I do welcome the bid, though. It puts you in front. At the back, but he's out in front at $526,000. Once called. We love a comeback story, gentlemen. Second call at 530. 531. 531 with the fifth 1,000. Possibly a winning strategy. 35. 35 there at 535. Last 1,000, can I say, sir? At 536. You're doing wonderfully at $536,000. I'm selling If there's no better bid, straight to 540 or maybe 550, Kyle. Look for that knockout blow. Shake them off at $536,000. Once called, twice, and 540. And 541, sir. I do love your style. You come to all my auctions, please. At 541,000. And two on top, shall I say, Kyle? Oh, 5-4. I just need to confirm the bid. Would you say 543 for me, sir? 543, great work. 544, bids where? Back of the room? 544. Just get your... No, sir, that was your bid in the interest of honesty. Happy with that? At 544,000, I'm selling. I sell away. We enter the valley of no return. Going once at 544,000. Gosh, a lot of land at this price, I have to say. Second call at 544. And 545. 546. Have you got a last 10,000, sir? By any chance? Or has the one done the job at $546,000? Might do well to get to 550 first, Kyle. Please advise the buyer. 550 it is. And 551. He hasn't changed his tone, his volume, his modulation. This man has ice in his veins. At $551,000, but it could be the last dollar. Kyle, you know that. At 551. One way to test that theory, I'm selling away at $551,000. No better bid or offer, and it sells down the back of the room. Once called. Twice. 552. 553. 553. 555's got a good ring to it, Kyle. At 3,000. Getting ahead of myself, sorry, sir, at 553. Once, twice. Third and final call. I feel for these gentlemen. Stick with Zanny. She'll find you something, okay? At $553,000, you were outstanding. Same to you, sir. At $553,000, white flag. Property's going. Last chance. It is going. It is. Got it sold. Thanks very much to our owner for the opportunity. Zanny, as always, superb. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in action. We go now to 156 Salisbury Street in central Christchurch, brought to the market by one of Canterbury's leading father and son duos, of course the Sutherland Todds, Ash and Spencer. I know you've met lots of people through this campaign, really testament to the phenomenal work of our owners in restoring and reinvigorating this home, and of course testament to this superb location. They really just don't make them like this anymore, bidders and buyers. 156 Salisbury Street is more formally referred to as a freehold title, 200 square metres of very manageable but highly valuable land. You've got Lot 1 deposit plan 612015 and your settlement date the 30th of April 2025, that being a Wednesday. You might be working to a pre-arranged date. That's no problem at all. You'd be forgiven for thinking that home from that shot is a brand new home. Of course, it was built in an era synonymous with character, charm. It has so many of those features to this day, but it's been really lovingly maintained and modernised throughout. Our owners, both really proficient property people. You can see the care and attention to detail throughout this home. It really just works. I love the floor plan. It's got the bonus of that garden studio. That could be a hobby room, a craft room, a room to put the naughty kids in when they need a moment. You know, there are so many options. Love the backyard. It's very, very manageable, but very private. That feature wall with the timber there, just beautiful. Both bedrooms generously proportioned. And this location, as the stadium continues to grow, as our city continues to develop, I just don't see how you could regret buying this today in 2025. So let's get underway. At 156 Salisbury Street, bidders and buyers, vendors instructions. We'll open the bidding at 450, and I'll let you take it from there. Is there 470? At $450,000, a vendor, 470, nice to meet you. Front position, you're the only person to take a front seat today. I commend you. Really hard to get this filled, and where was that? At 500, straight to 500 there. Can I say 520? At 520 the call. At 520 the bid now. At 520 is at 550 I had. And 560 here. 570 and 80. Can I say 80? Great work. Is there 90? 600,000. At 600 the call and 610. 610 the bid and 620 shall I say? 620, who would like it? 630 even better. Ma'am, love that. At $630,000. 635, just the 5, no problem at all. Offer you the same courtesy. Would you like it? 640. At 640 the call. Gosh, these bidders are all looking very stylish. And 650. At 650 the call. Stylish. 651, no problem at all. And a conversation there, Ash, at 652. At 652. Stylish bidders for a stylish home. 653. And 4. And 5. And 6. 7, I sell at 657 unless there's a 658. Who's your favourite band, ma'am? Mine's 660. What do you reckon? At 658. Bids against you. 659, didn't like their music. Don't forget your roots at 660. 660 here, shall we say one or more? At $660,000 I'm selling. We're on the market and selling. If there's no better bid or offer, I sell today. Folks, what do you reckon? This is finite resource, this one here at $660,000 in this location. First call. Staring me daggers, I'll hurry up, ma'am. Second call. At $660,000, folks, I'll take 500. Now's your moment. This is your chance. Third and final call at $660,000. Are you tempted? Have you changed your mind? At $660,000, I'm selling. Property goes. It is going. No late bids. It is gone and sold. I commend that work, ma'am, to the underbidders. Please stick with the Sutherland Todds. They'll see you through to our owners. Please keep renovating homes. You're just so good at it. Thanks so much.
Folks, if I can have your attention, hasn't Kyle started the morning so beautifully well? He just said to me he's going to get some more shoes more often. By the way, I was in Auckland this week watching the Real Estate Institute's National Auction Championships, and Kyle and his colleague Daniel and Bridget all performed so well, so no wonder they're calling so well here today. So it is my pleasure on behalf of Art Divine to offer you this wonderful property at 48 Glandovey Street. Our owner is with us here this morning. I say good morning. I say thank you for the instruction and good luck in your endeavours. as we offer on your behalf a lovely big freehold parcel. Total area is 981 square metres, more or less. You've heard the rules, 10% today. I think some of you are working to alternative settlement dates, and that's okay. But otherwise, you'll move in and start your new life on the 23rd of May. At that time, that wine cellar racking will still be in place. I can't vouch for the wine, though. You'll get the spa pool, but on an as-is, whereas basis. There's been a clause added to your contract for your comfort buyers, and this really just officially records what's been in place for over 50 years. Our vendor acknowledges that they will, at its sole cost, use all reasonable endeavours to obtain registration of an easement to convey water and drain sewage on the title for 48 Glandovey Road as the benefited land and on the title for 46 Glandovey Road as the burdened land, and provide notice to the purchaser 3 working days prior to the settlement date. Now, that should be a fait accompli. We've talked to the neighbour and he said, well, it's been there forever. Let's just put the records right. I was going to say when I started, I sold this home some 15 years ago, but actually the home is totally different to the one that we did sell to our owner all that time ago. It's been remodelled, redecorated. It's essentially a new home. Brilliant situation. Glandovey Road, well, it's peerless in terms of reputation, but this is special because you're set so far back and tranquility just abounds. Good school zones, well, they're automatically attached as well, and if your offspring are going to tertiary education, you've probably got them for a little longer. No problem, because there's so much accommodation. We lie beautifully to the north. Your living areas east to west, and there's plenty of them. I love the way they extend out to that covered patio and the louvered patio out there as well. Your guests, they're going to be comfortably accommodated downstairs, their own suite, all the family accommodation upstairs. I love that room to the side. It's set there as a work studio or teenage retreat. I think it'd be absolutely fabulous for that. Good garaging and wonderful parking. You've seen it, you've inspected it, here to buy it. Give me a good strong opening bid. Perhaps a little stronger. We would just start buyers, it's here to be sold. Won't sell it at 1.8. Vendor bid to start. Don? You want that bid at 1.8 million. Good. Your money's much better than mine. In fact, I couldn't reach that figure at 1.8 million. First call at 1.8. Is the 1.9 is the bidder in the room. Second call at 1.8 with you, sir, 1.9. At 1.9, there's your competition at 1.9. You'd be assured by that. 2 million with you, Don, at 2 million. Sir, if you've got something smaller, sell at 50. 2.50 million, that's the bid to beat. At 2.50 million, yours or theirs, they hold the keys at this stage. At 2.50 million, and I will count it down. First call. Second call. Third final call. You'd buy it just for the zones at that level. 2.1 with you, Don. At 2.1, so you're straight back at 50. At 2.1 only. First call at 2.150 million. At 2.150 million. Once called, bid's right in front of me and it's away from you. At 2.150, all the work's done. Beautiful kitchen wraparound. At 2.150, breakfast terrace as well. At 2.150 million, 2.2. We do 2.25, sir. It's our little 25 on top. Put your back in front. Chance for ownership. 2.25 million, 2.225. Don, 2.250. Sorry, 2.225. Let's get that right. 2.225. First call. 15 years in the making. Second call at 2.225. Third final. Mr. Yee. 2.260. 2.260. Interesting increase. 2.260. Sir, would you say the 75? 2.260. There's your assurance of value. 2.275. Good on you at 2.275. Sorry? 2.650. 2.265. Gotcha. 2.265, Don. At 2.265. Be bold. Go straight to the 3. 2.265 only. 2.265. Once called, reflect this. 2.275. Do we 8.5, sir? 2.275. No prize for second. Good time, 2,285,000. Now it's easy, Don, straight to the 3. 280, okay, 2,280,000. Wanting it? 2290. Well done. 2,290,000. What are you saying, sir? No? Another 5, sorry. 2295. Go through the 3 barrier at 2,295,000. Once I call it at 2,295,000, 2,003,000, at 2,300,000. Question is, theirs or yours? Theirs at this stage, don't lose it for 5, at 2,300,000. Quality real estate. Glandovey Road doesn't get much better. Look what's happening in the street at 2,300,000. We try another 5, sir? You can look at me, I can handle rejection. Badly. 305? Yes or no? 305. Bids here, Don, against you at 2,305,000. It's worth fighting for, I can assure you. Spent good time there 2 days ago at 2,305,000. Work is beautiful.
2.15. That's 2.315.
Nice work. I understood you. Don't worry. At 2,315,000. At 2,315,000. We tried with the 325, sir. Might be a good move. For your future, it comes out in the wash. No one ever regretted buying quality. At 2,315,000. And 520. At 2,320,000. Don, my suggestion is the 350. At 2,320,000. Think, reflect. Close to uni. Lovely quiet setting. Second call at 2,320,000. Third. 2,330,000. Lovely. And another quick little 5 might get you there, sir. 2,330,000. You're here to buy it. With what's happening in the world, I reckon gilt-edged real estate's the best place to put your money at the moment. $335,000. 2,335,000. Help you borrow, I'd say 350, Don. 2,335,000. Gentleman holds that bid. He's in the lead at this. 2,335,000. We'll be making a good suggestion at 2,335,000. Work it. 2,340,000. Would you take the bold ground and say 350? No, just the other 5. We'll do it slowly. I'm happy to work with you as we chase ownership, your future, at 2,340,000. Once called at 234. Second call, 45. Wanting it more than you at this stage, Don, with your buyer? At 2,345. Nice big parcel, 981 square metres, lovely driveway, security gate there for you.
2,355.
2,355. Good move at 2,355,000. Just the 5, sir? On top? 5? Just 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 6. 2,356,000. Stay strong, Don. First call at 2,356,000. Second call. Third call. 2,360. And one. 2,361,000. Your call. Gentleman holds that bid at 2,361,000. Get yourself down this drive.
2,370.
2,370. And one. At 2,371,000. The 8 could be lucky. Quality property, pedigree. Second call at 2,371,000. Maybe straight to the 4. Third call.
2,380.
2,380. Just the one on top, sir. 2,380 at this stage. And one. Perhaps you go straight to that 2,4. 2,381,000. Don't miss it. Rare property, great street. So much happening here. So central. 2,385 only. 2,385. $2 million and 2,386. $2,386,000 waiting for you, Mr. Yee. Don't get comfortable just quite yet at 2,386,000. First call. Second call.
2,390.
2,390. No surprise, sir. No surprise. All that assures you is you're buying value here. 2,391. Don, 2,391.
2,391. Is that on the
Gentleman's got the bid. It's away from you.
2.4.
2.4. And one. 2,401,000. 2,401,000. They want it more than you at this stage. I don't blame them. At 2,401. Don't stop there. Just turn the numbers around. Make it 10. It's only money. This is quality real estate. No safer place to put your money these days at 2,401,000. 2,410,000.
2.41, sorry.
I know your codes. Don't worry. 2,410,000. Well done. 2,410,000. And 11. Stick to task, sir. You're doing very, very well. At 2,411,000. First call at 2,411,000. Someone else sees the value in the proposition. You should mirror that at 2,411,000. You're bidding well. Next one's 20. $2,420,000. At 21, will you get? I've got 21. It might get the key of the door. 2,421,000. Two, four, two, one. 243. 2,430,000 and the one on top, sir. Tactics working well. You're doing it quickly, which you need to do. 2,430,000. And one on the top, Don. I've got 2,431,000. You just need to be that much in front. At 2,431,000. Reflect long-term ramifications in the room today at 2,431,000. 440. And one on top, I'm presuming, sir. 2,441,000. Stay strong, Don, at 2,441,000. Ball is on your side of the net. 2,441,000, holding serve. Two, 441 only. And I'd suggest 2,450, and I'm sure Don's saying the same. Looks after his buyers well. 2,450. Arto, what instructions, please? 2,450. And one. Two, 451. So your bid's 2,451. I've got new instructions. My owner has said if there's no bid on, I'm going to sell the property today, 2,451, holding all rights at this stage, at 2,451,000. 2,460,000 and one. And I'm selling it at 2,461,000. Yours, theirs. That's the decision today. Irrevocable. At 2,461,000. 470, and the one here at 2,471. Go straight to the 2,5. It might get you home. 2,471. I've got you. I've got you. At 2,471. 2,480 and one. You know the figure, Don? 25, 2,481. First call. 2.5. You're absolutely sure, sir? Come on, the one on the top. They might stop at 2.5. We've got a 2.5 and 1. No, of course you are. No. All I give, sir, is advice. At 2,500,000. You have been such a good bidder so far. Just imagine if they've come with the limit at 2.5 and you can test that. Come on. At 2,500,000. The underbidder's limit could have, should have, wish I had have. I'm counting it down. I'm giving you a chance to reflect. Listen. And 1. You fought such a good fight. You're valiant. I want you to be valiant in victory, not defeat. Steel yourself. Steel yourself. Let's get ready to fight fire with fire. The one on top very quickly is effective. At 2 million, come on, Art, work with these good people. I can see the desire. At 2,500, 2,510,000. 1,000's not going to change our life, but owning the property will, sir. 2,510,000. Come on, work with me. Try a new strategy. Let's do the dozen. Look at me. 2,510,000. Give us a dozen. Come on. Shoulders back. Courage built this great nation, could build your future. 2,510,000 with instructions to sell it here and now. First call. Second call. $11. 2,511. Sticking to task admirably. 2,520. 2,520,000. The old saying, 21, key of the door. Never been 21 before. At 2,520,000. My owner is relinquishing this property after 15 very happy years. It comes out over 15 years. You'll be there longer than that. 21? No? 2,520,000. Got anything else like this out? Wouldn't think so. At 2,520,000, once, twice, third and final call. Unless I hear better. You're absolutely sure, sir? Resolute? The property is going. Going. Gone and sold you. Congratulations. Sir, madam, commiserations. Good battle. Battled very well. Hamish, congratulations. Lovely opportunity. And Art, beautiful campaign.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for your patience and waiting. We go now to number 92 Rowley Avenue in Hoon Hey. Thanks to those joining us at holmwood.co.nz. And a very good morning, Mr. Morgan Bothwell from our St Albans office. I know you've really enjoyed working with our owners. For them, it is the end of an era at this address. It's been many, many happy years, 2 decades in fact, and they are sad to say goodbye, but I think equally excited to hand over the keys to some very lucky new purchasers. And for them, it's been, as I said, a 2-decade journey. 9 young people have been in this home at one point or another. We've got some very brave vendors raising 9 young people, and they're also very hard-working. That comes with the territory with a family that size, and you can see that hard work, that diligence reflected throughout this home. It's been gorgeously renovated over the years. You see that stylish and sleek kitchen, lovely flooring. The living room, I just think, is superb, great for sunshine, really high angled ceilings, beautiful timber elements throughout this home. You've got 2 entertainment spaces, the way I see it. You've got that one with the shade sail there, a lovely 2-tiered patio area, great for entertaining, barbecues, a more sheltered spot, I would suggest, between the master bedroom and the hallway, access from both points, so the young people can move out there to perhaps do some outside homework, and certainly the parents, if they need a quick morning spa, I think that might be the spot to put it. In terms of the configuration, it's superb. It's been extended in its time. You've got the benefit of a smaller bedroom or study area that could be converted into a bathroom. It's my understanding that the plumbing's there ready to rock and roll. And the outside, it's everything you need really to have a self-sustaining lifestyle. The chicken coop, there's a glass house, raised beds you could have there for our owners. Really, the only reason they're saying goodbye is that they're hitting the road and taking in every inch of New Zealand over the coming years. We're very excited for them. I think you'll be so happy in this home. Many happy memories have been made here. The same will be true for you. So let's get underway and identify the new owner of number 92 Rowley Avenue.
500,000, Kyle.
500,000. Tony, I didn't quite hear you there. At 500,000. A wonderful opening bid. Away we go at 500. Certainly optimistic at 500,000. Who takes me straight to 550 or 600? At 550, Tony, on behalf of a buyer there, first call. And was that 600, can I say, sir? 550, all right. I'm paid to be optimistic, and 600 it is. At 600 the call. What's the response there, folks? At $600,000 the bid. At 600 the call. So I wouldn't take 10, sir. I'll take a 20 if you like. We can talk about a 10 next time. What do you say? 640. It's the quick and the dead in the auction room at $640,000. I'll take a 10 now if it makes you feel better, sir. At 640,000, bids against you. At $640,000 going once. At 640. A lot of home at this level. I'm surprised. You're not acting. At 640 twice. 680. How much was that? 680. That's more like it. Nice to meet you. Hang on, familiar faces. Welcome back to the bidding at $680,000. They're not to be defeated today. At $680,000, they had options. And just the one, would you give me 5, folks? Put a little bit of distance between yourselves and them. At 685. I can tell you now, we're not selling at 685. There you go. And bids against you, folks. 690 the call. A nice easy 5 against you there at $690,000. At 690, I had a lovely bit of cake in that kitchen yesterday. In fact, I think I had half the cake. And one. It's 691. 695. That is a change of pace there, folks. That might be encouraging. At 700,000, what else are you going to buy, folks? Open homes are going to get colder, more miserable, and rainier. End the tyranny of the open home schedule today. At $695,000, leading bidder here. Any change in mind there? It's a sign of strength in the auction room. You're already bidding on a more valuable property. Look, would you bid me 1,000? At $695,000, first call. Second call. And one, 696. Maybe straight to 700. Yep, at $700,000 the call. My good folks, I've met you before. I tell you now, if I call you in 3 months' time, you'll be relaxing on that deck. You won't remember what you paid for it. At $700,000. Once called. Second call at 700,000. You're in the box seat, folks. Sit tight at 700,000. Last chance. My job is to mitigate your regret. Are we sure? You good people here? At 700,000, third and final call, any better bid, or I pause and have a conversation with these good people. All done in silent. What about you, sir? Not tempted? My good man? Nope. All right. We're pausing, having a conversation. I can't sell to you at this level. Not at home at that level. We'll have a conversation outside of the room. Auction is open. If there is any change, please let us know. All right. Back with you soon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. We go now to Christchurch Central. It is the second offering from Ash and Spencer Sutherland Todd, and it's the second in the 4 Avs today. They're pretty hip young men, so I'm not surprised they pick up a lot of business in the central CBD. It's such a vibey area, and it'll continue to be that. I just think we are so fortunate to live in one of the most modern central cities in the world. This is a prime example of the type of real estate that has occurred over the last few years. It is number 3 at 197 Hereford Street in Christchurch Central. It is more formally described as a stratum in freehold title. It is Unit 3, Deposited Plan 528389 on Lot 405, Deposited Plan 50651. Your settlement day, the 27th of June 2025, that being a Friday. I would suggest it is your lucky day. Warren and Marnie architecture. If you've seen the documentary, Morris and I, folks, will have emphasised the importance, the significance of the impact that Warren and Marnie have had on the architectural landscape in our country. And I just think how wonderful to have an opportunity to buy such an excellent example of their work right in the beating heart of our burgeoning city. It's across 3 levels. It balances panache and practicality with expertise. Wonderful outlook and views from most areas of the home. The bedroom accommodation is absolutely ample. You've got 3 ensuite bathrooms as well. This particular home has the point of difference of an elevator, a lift. So if you don't mind me saying, you'll really be going up in the world when you buy number 3 at 197 Hereford Street. In terms of location, folks, it's just such a hop, skip and a jump to some of the wonderful cafes and eateries for a glass of wine. You may need to, because the only thing that isn't double, it's got double garage, it's got double oven, it's got double fridge freezer. I'm afraid to tell you it's a single wine fridge. So you're just going to have to bear with it. Pop out the front door and within a few metres you'll be in reach of a nice vino. Hey, I'm at risk of going on forever here, gentlemen, so let's get underway. It's such a beautiful home in a wonderful location. Let's get underway and identify the new owner. At number 3 at 197 Hereford Street, floating European oak floors, that bench top Caesar stone, high quality, every inch of this home impeccably built. Who's going to be the new owner? Who wants to start us away with an opening bid or offer? Having just described it, I'm tempted to make a bid myself. I can do that on behalf of our owner, but if you'd like to kick things off, ladies and gentlemen, now's the time. Is there 1 3/4 perhaps? Maybe that's a good place to start. All right then, a vendor bid at $1,750,000. Invite you to come into the mix at 1.8, but don't let me limit you. At $1,750,000, I count it down. Vendor's bid, first chance. Second call. At $1,750,000, I look for 1.8, third and final call. At $1,750,000. Are we here to bid and buy, folks? Spence, have these good people visited the home? All right, okay, well, you know good property, you've come here today. I could place a bid on behalf of the owner at 1.8, or if you'd like, you could take that bid. We could pause and have a conversation outside of the room in private. No bid, no conversation in this setting. What would you like to do? I've got the bid at 1,750. Would you bid me 50,000 only? Once called at $1,750,000. Twice the money now at 1,750. Third and final call. Any better bid? I'm going to place a vendor bid at 1.8. I told you that might happen, folks. I'll leave 1,850 to you in this prestigious location. With the stadium almost at completion, you'll be out the door and to the footy in just a few moments. First time at 1,800,000, second call, third and final call at 1.8. Look, Ash, Spence, I could vendor bid again, but I'm just going to elevate this price, if you'll excuse the pun, to a more sensible pass-in figure before I hand it back to you, gentlemen, to offer it to the wider market. Folks, are you sure you don't want to place a bid at these levels to have a conversation? I tell you what, you're always likely to pay more after auction day because other buyers come out of the woodwork, but you are in the mix at $1.8 million. I'm going to lift that to $2 million, Chloe. Hey, if you can consider the other sales of similar homes in this area, north of $2 million, I think is very fair and reasonable. If you go and have a look at this home, the quality of the workmanship, absolutely no cut corners, stunning views and a great location, interest north of $2 million. Go and have a look. You'll be very, very impressed indeed. Properties passed in. Give Ash and Spence a call. They'll be happy to take you through. All right, bidders and buyers. Gentlemen, could you shut that door for us? That cafe, it gets very rowdy. Superb coffee, great conversation in there. So we take you now, bidders and buyers, to number 2 at 27 Hamilton Avenue in Fendalton. It is a perennially popular street. It's easy to understand why, very popular with those seeking school zones. They certainly underpin the value in those seeking safety, security and a good sense of community. This particular property at number 2 at 27 Hamilton Ave, brought to the market by Deb Nichols, Zanny Paulson from the Fendalton office. It's been fastidiously maintained by my current owners, and I tell you what, this location really quite unbeatable. It is, according to the contract, a cross-lease and fee simple Title 1 half share in that 966 square metre parcel. You've got a settlement date of the 16th of May 2025. You might be working to a pre-agreed date. That's absolutely no problem at all. For our owners, it's been a wonderful chapter of their lives here at this address. It's so warm and comfortable, perfectly positioned for sunshine. Well ensconced way back from the road, so you don't hear any traffic noise, but you get the benefits of close proximity to some excellent educational institutions. University of Canterbury, of course, just one of them, and then 6 wonderful school zones. I won't go through them all here, but it's suffice it to say, so many good school zones, you might afford to get expelled once or twice if you live here. Really a great street, and then this particular home built to permanent material construction. I think you may look to enhance and add your own flair, but to me it's just an impeccable order. The outside, quickly I should tell you, we've got some seriously good gardeners here, and it's easy to maintain but beautifully established, and all sorts of fruits and peas good, none such. An apple I'd never heard of, but I was delighted to try it, so you'll get to do that too from that settlement day. Let's get underway, bidders and buyers, at number 2 at 27 Hamilton Avenue. Who will be the new owner? Who starts us away with an opening bid or offer? And the crowd goes mild. Shall I give you an indication? 750 won't buy it. Should be an easy opening bid. Who's going to launch into ownership here at Hamilton Avenue? Bit of movement there at the window. Would you give me 750, folks? At 750 on the nod. Excellent work at 750,000. Who goes straight to 800,000? At 750 now. Young lady, you've got to be careful. I thought you were bidding. I don't think your parents would, might be the wrong property. At 750,000, it's the 800. Is there 800 first call at $750,000, second call? Third and final, and 800,000, nice to meet you good people, at $800,000. There's your competition, folks. Not surprised there's competition in this neck of the woods. Is it straight to 850? You tell me. First call at $800,000 and 850 on the window. In the lead at $850,000. Folks, are we going to 900 or is it 875? At 850,000 I have. First call, a well-appointed kitchen, light, bright, great neutral decor throughout this home. Lovely carpet under the feet. Beautifully maintained and decorated at 850,000. I'll take 25, folks. Try your luck. No problem at all at 850 first call. Twice the money now at 850,000. 875. Superb, and folks, 900's there for you. At 900 the call. Beg your pardon, just 15 was it? 15,000. I was going to argue with you, but you seem certain. So 890,000. 890 to be clear, Chloe. At 890 the call, 900's there for you folks. At 900 on the nod. Great work, we've got apples and pears and all sorts. 915. If you've been to the produce section at the New World, you know that, it's getting more and more expensive. Have your own. Straight from the back garden at 915, once called. Twice the money at $915,000. Where was that? 930. Is that Janice G? My licensed colleague, licensed to sell at $930,000 on behalf of the client. School zoning, let me remind you, Fendalton, Island Primary, Cobham, Burnside, Christchurch girls and Christchurch boys. Surely future Prime Ministers live in this area, folks. 940. 950, even better. At 950,000 against you and against you good people at 950. 60 with authority. At 960,000. First time, Can I say 70? At 960,000, second call. Was she bidding on the right house? 970. Got you there, Janice, at 970,000. Folks, if you've got $1 million in the tank, you better get there before she does. It's often the letter from the bank often has that figure. 80, beg your pardon. I thought he said, no, I don't. Beg your pardon, sir. At 980,000. $1 million. That's clever bidding there, Janice, at $1 million. Again, could be the last bid. There is but one way to test that in the auction room. Put some distance between yourselves and them. Plus 5 at $1,005,000. First time. You haven't bought anything today, gentlemen. Maybe this is the one. Second call at $1,005,000. Janice, that's not your bid. It is theirs. At $1,005,000. $1,010,000. Took some time. On the first call at $1,010,000. Twice, I call it away at $1,010,000. And 11. $1,011,000. Are we taking a quick lunch stop there, folks? Ready to pounce? Get back in the fray. At $1,011,000. This is the market. How much? Another 2 on top, but 1 million and a baker's dozen. 15's there, maybe straight to 20, see if you can shake them off. At $1,013,000. Great floor plan. Indoor-outdoor flow galore. Privacy, security. Bid today, make it all yours, and 15 it is. At $1,015,000. Once called, I'll do it quickly for you. Second call. At $1,015,000, Janice, their bid. Third and final call. At $1,015,000. All right, I can't say, and 20. Okay. At $1,020,000. In the box seat, at the back of the room, bid in pole position. I'll just quickly check, is there any other interest, any other bidders? Speak now or potentially forever hold your peace. We move into negotiation room. It may not come back. At $1,020,000 once, twice. Third and final call. I will say to you, good people, auction is open. Anything could happen, so please stick around. We need to have a quick chat with those people. We'll be back with you very, very soon.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be up here for our next auction at 150 Harts Creek Lane in Northwood in that gorgeous Clearwater. Roger Hales from our Merriva office has been in charge of bringing this to the property and has done a superb job. Lovely working with you, Roger. The contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 2,661 square metres more or less, just over half an acre. Record of title 964526. Now, settlement date is set down for the 2nd of May 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date. Now, I met with Roger here yesterday. What an absolute stunning section, situated in that prestigious Clearwater resort community at the end of Harts Creek Lane. It's private and quiet, slightly elevated with spectacular views of those mountains and that pristine 12th fairway of that renowned golf course right at your doorstep. A whopping 2,661 square metres of remarkable land to build your dream home and embrace this tranquil lifestyle. Be part of this exceptional community, a small village where you'll be friends with all the neighbours, use of all the resort amenities, from world-class golfing to exceptional dining. They've got tennis courts there. You'll just really feel like you're living on holiday every day. You've got a short commute to the city centre and the airport. It just really is the best of both worlds. This indeed is a rare opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing else like it on the market. So who would like to tee off first and give me your opening drive? Opening drive? Opening bid, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody nice and easy to start is there 850,000 to get us underway. Shall I take my 3-wood out and tee us off? All right then, at 850,000 on a vendor bid, who goes next? Looking for 900 perhaps, that would be the best place to go. I place no limits on you. At 850 on a vendor bid, they're not making land anymore. First call at 850, second time, third time at 850. Well, I'm going to lift that to 900 on a vendor bid. Clearly stays with my owner at that wonderful opportunity to build your dream home. There's not many sections left out in Clearwater, and there won't be any more. When they're gone, they're gone. At 900,000 on a vendor bid, first call, second time, third and final time at 900. Well, Roger, I know you have some conditional interest in this property, so I'm going to pass this property in at 950,000. That's my line in the sand. Anybody north of that level, give Roger Hales a call. He's wonderful to deal with. This won't last long, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful opportunity here in Clearwater. So the property's passed in at 950,000. Thanks, Roger. Good luck to your vendors. I'm sure that'll get sold soon. We'll be back with you shortly.
and microphone. There we go. The good people at holmwood.co.nz can hear me loud and clear. 19 Ballymena Drive will have that up available for your competitive bidding shortly. But first I turn your attention back to Hamilton, a wonderfully prestigious and popular street in Fendleton. We left the room on a live bid at $1,020,000. There was some good discussion with one party, a small movement, and then another party has indicated a superior bid. The vendors have opted to conclude one negotiation, commence another one, and so we return to the podium on a live bid, if I could confirm, at $1,030,000. And at $1,030,000, my owners have made a concession in their written reserve, and they say sell. We sell away if there's no better bid or offer. At $1,030,000, are you saying hold up or 1,000, Janice? 1,000, all right. At $1,031,000, to be clear, we are now selling. $1,035,000. That's a very, very, very astute bid. At $1,035,000, puts a bit of distance between yourselves and them. At $1,035,000, I sell. If there's no better, I sell away today. Wonderful school zones, wonderful community. First call at $1,035,000. Second call at $1,030,000. Third and final call and 36. And 40. Very good work at $1,040,000. 45. Seems to be working. What do you reckon, Janice? I sell, if there's no better, once, twice, third and final call at $1,040,000. All due respect to these good buys, Janice, I do need a quick decision. I am selling, property goes, I'll say going 2 more times. It is going. It is going. It is gone and sold. Commiserations to our underbidder. Congratulations to our owner and certainly our new owner as well. As always, Deb, Zanny, wonderful campaign. And now we will go to Belfast. Hayden, happy for us to rock on to the next property? We'll take a quick pause. And we'll be right back with a lovely offering in Belfast. Okay, we go now to number 19, Ballymena Drive in Belfast, bidders and buyers. It is, according to the contract, a freehold title. Order in the court. Freehold title. It is 660 square metres of freehold land, of course the highest form of ownership in New Zealand. It's been brought to the market by none other than John Fulton. Step over here, John. The good people online can see you. A wonderful property professional, and I know he's enjoyed working with the owners. These are really, really fastidious people, very engaged in the attention to detail and preparation for the market. And I know the people that have been through this home have been so impressed. It is neat as a pin and ever so spacious throughout. Love the floor plan. Look, it was built around that turn of the century, so you know you get generously proportioned living, dining, kitchen, bedroom spaces, and then the backyard. I mean, this is a good old-fashioned Kiwiana backyard, really beautifully manicured. It comes with a sandpit as well. Hey, who knows what's hidden in the sandpit? That'll be for the new owner to find out. And by all accounts, a wonderful community sense. I have to tell you, when I drove into Ballymena Drive, you'd be forgiven for thinking you were in Wigram. Really, really, really beautiful subdivision, surprisingly so. And hey, with all the developments in the area, not least the moving of that motorway, this area has become a lot quieter, more family friendly. So I think at these levels that we're discussing today, bidders and buyers, it should be an easy bid and certainly an easy phone call. So let's get underway, John, at number 19, Ballymena Drive in Belfast. I look for an opening bid or offer. Who starts us away? Is there $580,000 perhaps? Should be an easy bid at that level. All right, then a vendor bid at $580,000. Bids with me on behalf of my owners. Quickly now, bidders and buyers, take me to 600, or I'll go there myself. First call at $580,000. Second call, reminder, 3 bedrooms at these levels. Should be easy bidding. Second and third final call at $580,000. I'll place a final vendor bid at $600,000. Invite you to come into the mix, folks, at 6:20. You good people, I know you've sold today. Maybe it's time to buy, add something to your portfolio. Surely this environment is addictive. Place your hand in the air and we'll get you underway at 600,000. Once, twice, third and final call. Madam, bit cheaper than the last. What do you reckon? At 600,000, it's a wonderful subdivision. All right, I could vend all bit again, John, but I know you've got people to talk to in the wider conditional market. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some very strict vendor instructions here. We're going to price the property sharply and aggressively. Their intention is to move, so we're going to price the property at $649,000. Sub-RV. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to take a look at this address, the home is surprisingly spacious. Perfectly positioned for sunshine. I know for the two dogs and the young man that live there currently, it's just been the most wonderful playground. So they are reluctant to leave, but if that price is anything to go by, they're motivated to hand over the keys. So make the call to John. He'll get you through quick, smart. You'll be so impressed once you get there. Property's passed in. $649 the price. And best of luck to our owners. You're in good hands. Thanks for the opportunity. And make the call. Does that conclude our day? Nope, not quite. All right, one more to go. We'll be back with you very soon. Very much for your patience. We turn now your attention to 31 Vicaries Road in Wigram. It's brought to the market by one of Canterbury's leading development and rental investment specialists in the real estate field, Mr. Richard Dawson, my old boss, but look, that's not relevant. Suffice it to say, I know he's good at what he does, and I know he's talked to plenty of people in regards to number 31 Vicaries Road in Wigram. It is a corner parcel, as you can see. The contract describes a freehold title, 900 square metres more or less. Settlement date to which you work, the 23rd of May 2025. And bidding today, you are acknowledging that you've read and understood and signed, I should say, the purchaser acknowledgement form. This wonderful parcel, of course, in a very established area, Wigram. We know how good the community is here, very popular with those seeking school zones and popular shopping and eating destinations. Also just a hop, skip and a jump to all of the adventure of our Port Hills and beyond. And in terms of this RS zoned corner site, again, 900 square metres. You've got subdivision potential here galore. You could build 2 new homes on a 450 square metre section each, or relocate 2 dwellings, or build 4 over 60s units. I can tell you there are more than 4 over 60s people in Canterbury, so that could be a very clever development strategy as well. And two-lot subdivision consent previously issued showing S223 and S224 issued on limb, and you will have done your due diligence in bidding here today. But you can easily say that this is a great opportunity in a very popular location. So let's get underway, bidders and buyers. I look for an opening bid or offer while I secure my gavel. There it is, at 31 Vickeries Road. Who starts us away with an opening bid or offer? Madam, are we bidding here today? Dressed in red, you look ready to buy. At 31 Vickeries Road, I'll place the vendor bid at $340,000. I look for 360. This is 900 square metres at these levels, should be a sea of hands. First call at $340,000, twice the money now, $340. Third and final call at $340. I'll place another vendor bid there, Richard, at $360,000. At $360 the call, leave $370 or $80 to you good people. First chance at $360,000. Second call. Third and final call at $360,000. Right, Richard, I don't see any unconditional bidding here, but I know you've got people in the wider conditional market to talk to. I'm going to increase that bid, Chloe, on behalf of my owner on a vendor bid to $395,000. Bidders and buyers, not for sale at $395,000, but interest north of that, you should make the call to Richard. I'll just remind you of what's on offer here. Subdivision potential, potentially development of over 60s units as well. It could be 2 homes. I think the upside, the end point to your hard work at this address should, I think, be quite lucrative. So please make the call to Richard. He knows the details. You wouldn't find better advice. So give him a call. He'll take you through it. He is outstanding in his field this weekend if required at Vickeries Road. If you'll excuse the joke, I pass the property back to Richard at $395,000. Interest north of that, make the call. And thanks to our owners for the opportunity. Property's passed in, and we'll have an update on Rowley in just one moment. All right, bidders and buyers, thanks very much for waiting patiently. We go back to 92 Rowley Avenue. We left the room on a live bid a wee while ago at $700,000. There was some good discussion and a nominal increase to $710,000. Not quite enough to secure this phenomenal family home. I'm just going to remind you of what's on offer here, bidders and buyers, before I pass the property back to Morgan. It is a wonderfully permanent material construction home built in an era known for good workmanship. That is certainly clear throughout the property. It's been beautifully modernised and renovated with lovely decor choices throughout. It has suited a very large family. In its current capacity, you've got 5 bedrooms and a bathroom. You could convert one of the bedrooms with some ease into a bathroom. It's got lovely garaging, a drive-through garage, raised beds, a glass house, all sorts on offer behind that beautiful sturdy fence We know this location is up and coming. Interest north of $710,000. Please give Morgan a call and go and take a look. I think you'll be quite surprised at how much you get at this price point. So north of 710, make the call. Property's passed in, and we are now concluded for the day at Holmwood Auction Room. It is Friday. Unusual for us to finish our auctions on a Friday. Thanks very much to the team, to those who've tuned in. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.